morning, guys. It's time to go fishing. I'm out here on a new pond. See if I can get some bass this morning. First cast. Starting off with a little top water. I even brought my fly rod. I'll try it some today. You know, the buzz bait is something that I haven't fished a whole lot of, because I'm usually fishing the revolver, a plopping bait. I'm gonna go back around this other way from Harvey. Now, he's already been here a couple times. It definitely has a lot of grass in it. I don't know what kind of grass that is. He said you pretty much got to fish single hooks. Them trebles pick up too much grass every time. Now I'm in the process of changing out my treble hooks for inline single hooks. So I brought some crankbaits and a lipless that I have single hooks on, and I brought several topwater and soft plastics. But yeah, that grass is so thick. But I'm thinking probably the better spots is going to be where you can't fish from the bank, because I imagine this place gets hit. I mean, even this buzz bait is picking up grass. I'm seeing some disturbances on the surface. I don't know if that's some kind of a, I think that's a little bait fish moving around, minnows or whatever. Oh, this is muddy over here. Something been stirring it up. Wouldn't me or Hobby. Got a little one. Thank you, Lord. He told me a while ago, if you don't see a weight, they ain't coming. And the barber's hook come right out. You are a beautiful little bass. Thanks for playing it, little buddy. Here you go. You know, I might do better using my daggum push pole instead of this paddle. Oh man, that is. So from here, where I'm sitting at right now, from here down is how deep it is. And you got about this much non-grass area. Yeah, I think we're gonna push pole around while I'm over here in this shallow stuff. Yeah, I see now why you started over here. I told myself, I'm gonna go around over there away from him, getting, you know, I don't want to be in his way. And I see now why you was over here. This is the best area.
Yeah. That's where I was having all the success the last few days.
Yeah.
Strip, against that corner over there. But that's today. That one.
Boy, something stirred that up right there.
It's usually pretty clear, but I think the fish are feeding here. They're bringing up the dirt. I'm gonna circle back to the area where I lost that nice fish. Maybe he wants the whale.
Something stirred this up.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Maybe a gar.
Look right here too.
Yeah. Wow.
Water. It was so clear.
Oh my gosh. Spinnerbait? It might work on this side, but it ain't that other side. I think it would still pick up a lot of stuff. Oh! That's a good size one here. I see it. It ain't doing nothing. Oh, it is now. Oh no! Dude, that sucker was a 4-pounder easy. Man, I shouldn't have reached for the net. When I first got him, he was pulling hard, and then he just went like limp. And I could see him as I was reeling him in, he wasn't doing nothing, so I reached for the net, and then that's when he started thrashing. Man, that was exciting. That'll get your juices flowing. And I caught him, he hit it right over there at the bank, guys. Guys, I needed that. That was every bit of a 4-pounder. Got off at the boat. I mean, he started pulling. The minute that bait hit that water, he was on. And he was fighting, and I started reeling, and then he just went limp, like pulling in a log. I thought, man, what is, and then I seen him. He just skiing. Well, I say skiing, he was still under the water, but I just saw him. He just take along for the ride. And he gets up here, daggone boat, and I reached down for that net, and that's when he started pulling. I probably shouldn't have reached for the net. Anyway, let's get back to fishing, guys. I'm gonna throw something else, guys. I'm gonna throw back over that way in case he circled back. Well, we'll just leave that sitting right there. I'm gonna throw my Hummer. I don't think he's gonna bite that swim bait again. Throw something else over there. I mean, at the bank. Big boy was at the bank, or big girl was at the bank. Dang it, I needed that fish. I needed that fish, guys. I can't wait to see if it shows up on video. Dude, that was a heavy freaking fish, man.
Well, I mean, fish are pretty habitual. We probably live in this area right here.
Oh yeah?
So, constant.
That's why I changed to this, thinking he wouldn't get on that swim bait again.
Or maybe he will.
I was just thinking, man, maybe I ought to go fishing somewhere else, you know, for the rest of the day, like Marine Creek or something. Trinity. And then he got on. Actually, it was probably a she. You know that male bass very rarely get above 5 pounds?
Really? Well, yeah, because
You catch something like that, generally it's a female.
yeah, got all the eggs and stuff.
More buck bass like big girls. Well, guys, my little buddy Javi had to take off to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and stay out here just a little bit longer. I really would like to be able to catch that big bass that got off at the freaking boat, man. I tell you, I don't know when I'm gonna learn my lesson about reaching for that net sometimes. But it is what it is. That was on that 6-inch Zal Dangerous. Let me show you. And I got it on a I got it rigged on a 8/0 owner beast hook. And that thing was that whole thing was in that bass's mouth. Didn't even see it. Yeah, I reached for the net, and I was coming over to, best I recall. I'll have to look at the video. We'll see what it was, but sometimes our recollection isn't quite accurate. But I believe as I was reaching for him, that's when he spit that hook. Anyway, guys, let's get back at it, man. Let's get back at it. I mean, this water is crystal. It just ain't, I bet I'd be surprised if the deepest part is 3 feet. 3 to 4 feet is what I'm saying. 4 feet has got to be the max depth over here. And that ain't even on both sides of this pond. So I think I may paddle around here to see if I see anything. I do know I've seen gar go off with the grass over here. The one fish I caught was on this side that was shallow. Of course, it was a small bass. Yeah, I think the bigger bass is going to be more where I'm at here and on this other side over here. So let's get back at it. All right. Thanks for playing there, little buddy. Woo, he gone. Whoa. Whoa. That was big enough to pull me. I didn't, oh. It ain't that big. Thanks for playing there, little baby. Pew! He gone. Another small one. Hello, baby. Thanks for playing. Pew! He gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what? I think I just saw a carp. I bet that was a carp that jumped. I just saw a carp. First I thought it was a bass, but I didn't really see any pattern down the side, and the fins look pinkish. That was probably that big sucker I saw jumping a while ago. You know, they do that side jump. Man, I wish I'd have landed that big one. That's so frustrating when you miss a nice fish like that. You know, I wonder in these clear areas, I wonder how effective, you know, if you just anchor down and threw a drop shot in the areas that are kind of cleared out and deeper, and just did a little sit and waiting game. I wish I had a, well, I used to have a UV filter for my GoPro, and I had it a year or maybe even more, and then one day I noticed that, well, you got the part that clips on your camera, but the lens that is magnetically attached is gone. I'm like, well, when did that happen? I don't know, it's just weird. Come on, come on. That's a good one. That might be the same big one. Yeah, look at him, he's just skiing. I got my on you this time. I'm not reaching for that like last time. Okay, I lied. I'm reaching for my net. He ain't big. He got a bunch of freaking grass in front of him. He ain't big. I mean, look at that, guys. That 6-inch bait is in there. But you know what, little buddy? It's a big hook, but it's barbless. They come right out. All right, little buddy. Thank you for playing. Woo! He gone. All right, all right. That was my first fish to catch, to land. Put it that way, to land. Second one to catch on this Zow Dangerous swim bait, 6-inch. All right. They definitely hide in that grass. Even at 4 yonder. I guess I'm probably fixing to call it quits, guys, so I can get loaded up and get back home for the big traffic hits. Thank you, Lord, for that fish. At least it wasn't a dink. Yeah, I think I need to go. Well, you know what? Let me make a few more casts right over there with this pink worm. I'll get over there and make a few casts, and I gotta go. It's 1:43. Oh, do I have a gar? I hope not. Got a bunch of grass. Golly. I think he's still on the end of that line. Yep. That's a fish. But I got all this freaking grass. I can't reel in no more. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. I think he's bigger than that last one. Freaking grass. Whoa, yeah, you bigger. Got him right in the corner of that mouth. On that little, that's a hot pink pennyworm on a little Guggen 2-inch, 2-aught drop-in finesse hook. Oh yeah, this might be a 3-pounder. That's number 6, guys. Number 6. Beautiful fish. It's gone. Look at that mess of grass, boy. I was in a bind. 9-line bind, as my brother'd say. Well guys, that's a wrap. Had a good time on the water. I got one on the Guggen Hummer, which is the buzzbait. I got 3 on a weightless pennerworm, hot pink. That was on a Guggen 2-aught drop-in finesse hook. I love that little hook. I got my 5th fish on the 6-inch Zow Dangerous swim bait. And then my 6th fish was the biggest fish. And I caught it on that weightless hot pink pennerworm. That's an awesome little bait. That and the dragon drop. Those are my 2 favorite worms. Hot pink and morning dawn. And those 2 worms are my favorite. Anyway, and I was fixing to call it quits. I'm like, you know what? Let me make a few more casts over in this area here, throwing around that pennerworm, and I'm so glad I did. Although I almost lost that fish because it went through a bunch of grass, and I had all that grass got on my line and went up to the top eyelet of my rod, and I couldn't reel anymore. But thankfully, I had reeled in enough that I was able to raise my rod tip and bring that fish to me and get it in the net. And he was right at 3 pounds, 8 ounces. So I was excited for that. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Hope to see you next time.